Hello, folks. Welcome to the Random Army. We have Harley Smale playing Black-Green Yawgmoth, as he tends to do, and Ryan Glacken playing Hogak without Hogak, or Crabvine. Both interesting decks. We have a guest. We have
Michael Mamson
from the Dark Death Podcast. How do you feel about these decks, Mamson? Right on the spot.
They're cool. They're a collection of not very good Magic cards that come together to do pretty powerful things.
Go ahead.
Right. People tend to give me a lot of pushback when I say all the cards in the Yawgmoth deck are bad, but like realistically, they're all bad, and then a couple of tutors.
I do refer to the deck as crappy creature tribal.
It's like, I can't think of the name of the mana dork that's on the field right now.
Ignoble Hierarch.
Yeah, that card's like kind of good.
It's okay.
But
Tap some cards.
none of the cards are like terrible, but like they're not what we think of as all-stars.
Yeah, they're not amazing.
But like they do line up well against some of the format. Like Yawgmoth is like virtually unbeatable for like a shadow player.
That Dark Ascension common, I saw someone comment when they were gonna do the ban list. There was like a hype post on Reddit, and somebody was like, "I want Yawgmoth ban because I'm tired of my $80 card getting blocked by a Dark Ascension draft common." I was like, "Yeah, it's pretty good." But yeah, it's not a lot of good creatures in the deck. Or cards. That's a good card. Creepy Chill. I miss Bunch.
So notably flipped over a Vengevine.
Yeah.
Do we have the second creature? I have to assume we do.
If I remember right, I think
it was
a Gravecrawler.
I was gonna say I feel like I saw a Gravecrawler earlier. So yeah, pretty powerful second turn.
I do like this deck. Glacken plays it. There's another person who plays it at the shop.
Craig
plays it, yeah.
Yeah, casually 7 power coming into play on the second turn. It's like pretty good.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Court for 0.
Quarter calling for 0? I'm getting Dryad Arbor?
Yeah, just accelerating your mana. Like he might play Yawgmoth here. Like this can get him set up to kill pretty fast. I mean, he has to move fast, right? Like he's under pressure.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now, I know Harley was testing Prosperous Innkeeper instead of Boulevards this week, and he said he liked it a lot. It lets you, like...
Thanks again.
Because I think it gives you a life every time a creature enters your battlefield, so it just mitigates the Yawgmoth damage. So you just get to draw until you find your combo piece to kill. Which is pretty cool. I know he killed my coworker by doing that. It was... 4 mana.
Yawgmoth.
Yeah. Pretty sure this is the deck that Harley is taking to Star City. I think he's playing the modern event.
I would be stunned if he were to play anything else.
Yeah, he's been playing Yawgmoth for a couple months now.
Yeah, I think he's always been a fan of like dinky little creature decks too. Like, if memory serves, he was pretty high on the Devoted Druid deck.
Okay.
I think he was high on the Heliod deck.
He definitely played a lot of Heliod.
I know he's like kind of high on Taxus and Legacy.
Bless his heart.
Just, dinky little creatures left and right.
Yeah.
Hey, they're effective.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Yawgmoth. I actually did like Heliod a lot. I played that a good bit.
Yeah, same. big fan.
That deck's very fun to play.
Sometimes I think it just like has to be underplayed, right? Like I can't imagine that the cards in the deck are just like bad now, but just nobody ever talks about it.
Yeah, like ending getting printed was like a strong thing against that deck. I think people just don't want to play it on Moto because you can't actually go infinite.
Yeah, I think that's a large part of
that
it.
each player discards a card.
Mm-hmm. It is.
They both discarded a card or something. What did Glacken cast?
Sure.
Like the downside to having the player name bar there. Neither miss cards that get put on the board. There's no way this man's playing Lily. So. It's always interesting watching Harley play. He just like grabbed this man's board and rearranged it.
Activate Yawgmoth.
To do his blocks.
Sacrifice. Riot Arbor. Target. Venge Vine.
That might not go over well this
Rule
weekend.
11.
I have to grab someone's
Get a
stuff,
bad
yeah.
counter.
Would not recommend doing at a major event.
It's definitely going to be interesting. I feel like, you know, this event, it's like high stakes enough that you have like serious people who have been playing a lot of it, but you're also like, it's also like kind of advertised as being such a fun event. I think you're going to draw out a lot of people who maybe haven't been willing to go out to like weeklies and stuff.
Mhm.
And I definitely think there's going to be some people who's like, oh, this is my first event in like months, like years, and I don't know how to properly interact with other Magic players anymore. Like, there's going to be a lot of like people shaking hands and people being like, "Don't touch my hand, don't touch my cards." Like,
Yeah.
I think it's just going to be kind of a mess.
Yes, he's gonna die, I guess. That's right.
It'll be an adventure.
Yeah,
Pass turn.
I don't know. Personally, I have, even before the pandemic, like I always carried hand sanitizer with me, anyways, and I tend to go wash my hands between most rounds, so like I'm not particularly concerned with it, but like I don't know. I've never been super high on people reaching over and just like touching my cards without saying something first.
Yeah, that was always a big thing when I played Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, people would get actively upset if like you grabbed our card to read it. Like, just ask first. There's always good etiquette to have while playing any card game.
Yeah, definitely agree. It's weird because it's like it doesn't really matter. Like I'm not gonna say no.
Yeah,
but
it's nice to ask, you know.
I guess I mean sometimes I have had some pretty grimy opponents and I just like kind of turn my card to face them. I'm like, please don't. I don't want to have to buy new sleeves.
You do like the little tilt where you're like, yeah, you put it upside down and you're like, you can read it. Please don't hold it.
Definitely start so far with this game by playing it.
Besides the obvious answer of Titan, so like, barring Titan from the conversation, what's winning Star City? If Titan's not winning, what is?
I mean, by the numbers, you just have to go Shadow.
Okay.
But who knows? Maybe it'll be Crabvine.
Maybe it'll be Crabvine.
Maybe it'll be Hogak.
Yawgmoth?
Or not Hogak. I meant to say Yawgmoth.
Maybe someone will cast Hogak.
You know, one of the Modern Horizons cards. One of them. I don't care which Modern Horizons. Just
Some deck that features Modern Horizons cards will win the tournament. Yawgmoth does have a wonderful Grixis matchup, so maybe Yawgmoth will win.
it's true.
And I have to like untap.
The Grixis matchup is like wildly in favor of Yawgmoth,
So like I need to keep a guy.
and it's just funny because you play crappy creatures they cannot interact with, and you just win.
Go.
Like, I played a Wall of Roots against somebody, and they had a regular in the board. What do I do? I'm like, nothing. You hit my 05 to stop you. And he's like, yeah, alright. Cool pass. Cool. Yawgmoth's not good.
I think I can only survive if I do that. So I think that's pretty good here.
So I'm not really sure what's happening here.
Harley is trying to figure out the best way to not die.
Oh, not dying is pretty important.
If I remember right, I think he has a cord in his hand. I could be wrong. I think he has a cord in his hand. I think he's just trying to like math out exactly what he wants to do when he wants to do it. Is Glacken's entire deck signed? Because honestly, that's pretty sweet. I mean, I know land base all is. The Venge Vines are. I don't know if the Chills are.
I mean, Glacken's been around a while, so if that's what he likes, it's not hard to imagine that it could be done.
Yeah.
I've never gone down that road because I just feel like some of the signatures would be so hard to get, and when I get to the point where I have like 70 out of 75, I'm going to be kind of annoyed about it.
That makes sense.
Like, I have a couple signed cards here and there, but I'm just, you know, that's fine to me, but I'm not going all out.
That's something I do like about. I like that you can use signed cards in Magic. I've come from games where like if you get your card autographed, like they're not legal cards anymore. You cannot use them.
That's so weird.
Um,
what is the rationale?
I don't know, but like it's just how the game developers are. So like, I've talked about it before. Like in the videos, like I do appreciate that Magic gives you the ability to actually customize your deck and make it something like personal to you. Like Harley has the Birds of Paradise that he likes. He has basics that I'm sure he likes. Glocken's deck is signed. Like it's really cool. Like it's a really cool way to like customize it, like make that thing yours.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree. You didn't know me when I had a foiled out Legacy deck, but like
Did
that
not.
that was awesome.
What deck did you have float out?
I had a red white painter foiled out
Ooh.
with black border duels.
Ooh.
And then they banned Sensei's Divining Top, and I cried. And then I sold it. And now the deck's like playable again, and it's like even more upsetting because I don't own the deck anymore. And it's so fun to play. Yeah, and like you've seen my Primeval Titans, and you know, probably in like May you'll probably see. Sometime this summer you'll probably see a lot more altered cards in my deck.
That's right. Glocken's going in for the big attack here. He's been so the Otherworldly Gaze card that he has in exile right now is a card that I really, really like for this deck. I've played it a decent bit in Dredge since Midnight Hunt has come out. Midnight Hunt. Like instant look at the top 3, and then you can either put them all in your graveyard or put them on top of your deck in any configuration. On top of your deck in any configuration. And I like that it triggers like Narcomoeba and Creeping Chill, like all these cool things, and it helps get like. It helps support the graveyard strategies that got impacted with like Sanctifier and Beck. It just kind of dropped off a bit after Modern Horizons too. While Harley does some combat math and Yawgmoth, yeah, he's courting for something here. He's just trying to figure out what. I don't know if he has an endurance in the main board. I feel like he just snapped. Yeah.
Well, but I don't think you would necessarily even want to get endurance, right? Because you would want it after damage has resolved. But you can't do it because you don't have the creatures.
I'm likely to just draw another land.
I was gonna say like I more so like last turn like snap it off, but that's probably not even correct.
2.
Or for 2?
So he's probably getting a Blood Artist here, right?
Yeah, just to start popping stuff and mitigating some damage.
Definitely not a Yawgmoth player, but this makes sense to me. I do think I'm possibly going to try Yawgmoth in one of these upcoming weeks. Harley and I have talked about just exchanging decks for a night.
That'd be interesting. See you play Yawgmoth, see him play Titan.
Yeah, I played it online through. I can't even say a league because I think I just lost 4 games horribly and then dropped. But you know, I'm willing to give it another shot.
Pay life.
It's good to learn.
Paradise. Target that. I'm gonna net lose nothing. You're gonna lose 1 off your artist. 14. You're gonna go to 14. I'm gonna get a card. He's gonna get a minus counter. I'm gonna sacrifice the Ignoble Hierarch. Target Narcomoeba.
I think it's like the Unearth card that makes you flip out and discard a card, maybe?
You're going to go to 8, and then I'm going to go to 8. You're going to go to 12. I'm going to get a card off that activation. And then we can go to damage. Vengevine will die. I'll take 3. So I'm going to go to 5.
I think it's a rat of some sort.
You're at 11.
Yeah, I think so.
6.
Alright, it works for me. One of these is unearthed. They'll get exiled.
Is it Rotting Rats?
Let's see. Go ahead.
Yeah, that looks like.
Yep. When it comes into play, each player discards a card, unearthed for 1 in a black, and it costs 1 in a black.
Cool. Well, that answers my question from earlier of what card made them both discard a card.
Yeah, I didn't even see it on the battlefield.
Me either. It might just be pushed further underneath the banner there. Imagine we're on our list right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pass.
I do like that, like, Yawgmoth can just win out of nowhere. I mean, it's a combo deck, right? But, like, it can just win out of nowhere. Like, if he's... played double Yawgmoth there. He just won the
Prized
game.
Amalgam. Cast Gravecrawler. Trigger
He just
Amalgam.
hard cast an Amalgam. I mean, it's to get Vengevine triggers.
I've cast a bigger number of prized amalgams.
That's fair.
Combat.
I don't think I have. I've cast the other like dredge creatures. I don't think I've cast Amalgam.
I thought he was picking his cards up, but no, we're
We're going to blocks, baby.
You're at 11.
So he's taking
2, 4.
6 right now. That's not gonna work.
He's probably gonna sack the artist to kill one of the grave crawlers. So you take 2, 3, 4. Go to 1. Does Blood Artist trigger on himself?
Yeah, it does.
You know Zulaport Cutthroat triggers on itself? I don't know.
I think it does. Yes.
Lose nothing. He gets a counter.
To Google.
It's been a while since I've played with that card.
Yeah, I played Cutthroat in my list.
6.
Yeah, Blood Artist counts itself.
Okay.
I was gonna say, if not, then that doesn't work, right? Because you have to pay the life to sack it.
Yeah. Yeah. Looks like Galactic's gonna pick up game 1. And let's see. I'm pretty sure it rolls into sideboarding or 3 sideboarding. Yeah, it does. Yeah. I like both of these decks. They're interesting. I mean, I own Yawgmoth on paper and play it occasionally. If I play it occasionally, I mean, I played that one local. I don't play this game. It was funny. I was having a discussion with, I think it was Sarah Ritchie. Because someone like mentioned Titan. I walked over, and someone was like, "Hey, you don't have to come over when Titan gets mentioned." And she was like, "Well, he plays Titan." I was like, "Have you ever seen me play this game?" She's like, "No." And I was like, "I don't play."
I've seen you play.
We've played.
It's true. We've also not played.
Yes. I think we've matched up against each other 3 times, and only once we've actually played.
Playing Magic is overrated.
Correct. Mid-tournament draws and taking a nap. That's where it's at.
I'm not saying that every time I've purposely drawn in the middle of an event, I've top 8'd that event, but if I were saying it, it wouldn't be a lie.
Yeah. I've only done it the one time. But it worked. I also don't remember the rest of that tournament. But, or the tournament before that.
Yeah, I think I'm 3 for 3 on that. Maybe 4 for 4.
Because it was me, CGU, right? The CGU thing. We drew with,
Drew with Jonathan Blank.
yeah, John.
And then I drew with Billy.
Cast Venture Deeper. Target me.
Yep. Nice.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Glacken plays Wonder, and I love that. It makes sense. But, like, I had walked past him playing against another person earlier in the tournament, and he mailed it. I was like, what the hell is that card? And I picked it up, and I was like, oh, sweet.
Have to get over the Yawgmoth creature somehow.
Yeah,
That is it. Go ahead.
Young Wolf can't block you if you fly over it.
Yeah, I believe Wonder is stock. It is a neat little addition. Thanks, Modern Horizons, too.
18.
When are we going to get Anger in the form? What do the other ones do?
So obviously Anger gives haste. Wonder, you know what it does. Brawn gives trample.
I may not have the word printed on the card.
The others
Same with
exist.
that sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to know.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
So the white one, Valor. Right, I did know this one gives first right, and the black one gives Swamp Walk. It's filth.
Okay. Interesting.
If somebody had just said the names of the cards, I could have said what they did, but I was just like drawing a blank. I think I've played with all of them other than Valor. I thanks to various EDH decks.
Ah, okay. That's right. I was like, what if you played Phil? I forget the commanders of things sometimes.
Yeah, I used to be really big into that format.
With a ley line. 2 ley lines.
Stitcher supply.
Yeah, not great hits.
No. Neither is that.
Go ahead.
Mill 6, and you don't hit a single creature, it's probably not where you want to be.
On the plus side, he doesn't have to draw those cards.
True, yeah. He has 2 flying Stitcher suppliers right now.
And I'd like to double block.
Conversation comments. Let's go.
Active player, non-active player. Yours
Sure.
resolve first. Mine's on the stack.
Okay, the Exalted trigger. I was like, why would both die? But yeah. 3, 4. Yep.
Trigger.
Okay, hitting some actual cards this time.
And getting under.
Oh,
Yep.
that's brutal.
Undying.
Yep.
Endurance is just a house of a card.
Card is quite good. Quite good. It's actually good against both of these decks, which I think is kind of fun.
Yeah.
Definitely better against Blackened than it is against Harley, but
Can still put some work in. Double great power. Great. Harley's still trying to. Harley petered off a land. So you only got 2.
Five.
Still trying to figure out or find a combo. It looks like.
Trigger.
There's the Innkeeper, which makes the treasure when it comes in. And then I'm pretty sure it's whenever a creature enters the battlefield.
Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under my
Under-
control, I gain a life, and he enters the battlefield and makes me a treasure.
Prosperous Innkeeper. Yep, when another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain a life. Which is cool because the soft combo with Yawgmoth just means you can draw your whole deck then.
historic all-star at some point. I don't think so anymore.
It might still be pretty decent. I know, or no, historic. I'm thinking of Pioneer. I have no knowledge about what's going on in historic anymore.
The deck that you're thinking of in Pioneer basically existed the same way in historic.
Okay.
So it stayed good longer in
Right. So it's
in historic
17,
than
and
it
then
did
you
Pioneer.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
4, put me to 13.
And so there's a Yawgmoth. Harley can snipe off both the Gravecrawlers if he wants to. And he can also just block one of the Gravecrawlers with the Endurance and then kill the other one. Does it have like the greatest sack target right now though? Because the Yawgmoth has a counter on it. I guess he has a
Thinking.
cord in his hand. He can cord for another Yawgmoth.
Attack. For 4.
That, or I'm completely misinterpreting what's going on, and Harley's attacking.
Yeah.
Harley's attacking.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think he has
Cool.
a cord.
I thought Glacken was attacking. But
I'm confused. Oh, Exalted. I was like, doesn't that card have 4 toughness?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Endurance has 4 power.
Hey, life. Go to 11. Target this. Get a card. Go.
have you seen the? There's a version of Yawgmoth that splashes white for Luminous Broodmaw.
I did see that.
Interesting.
I've also seen it splash red for like Magus of the Moon.
Yeah, that's so. I've played the red version. I haven't played the white version
Go
yet.
to 8. Never mind, can't even
Hardcast
read.
Vengevine.
Hardcast Creeping Chill?
Actually, we don't have double green mana, so.
Oh, yeah. Alright, Black is just gonna scoop it up, go to game 3. Say you want some time there. I know I talked to Glacken. I was like, oh, hey, is this what you're playing in Star City? And he wasn't sure if he was going to play for the Modern event yet, but he did say that he would play that deck. Which, like, it makes sense. It's fast deck. He was undefeated in the tournament at this point. You can just race people really quickly.
Has it not capped yet? Actually, I don't think it has. I know it's close.
There are 100 spots left in the second Modern event.
Okay.
So there will be a lot of people in that room. Should be something else. Are you going to Indianapolis?
I am.
Are you playing?
I
Tournament?
regret it already, but yeah, playing the team event. I'm just not looking forward to that drive.
Yeah, me either. I was looking into flights and it was too expensive.
Yeah, I'm like willing to do it, but then it's like, okay, but I still have the people in my car. And
Give it a shot.
I don't know. I just
Turn 0.
if there's already driving, like it's just cheaper to drive with them.
That's fair.
I really don't like long car trips.
Same.
I'm also considering flying to Dallas, mainly because I've never been to Texas, so I think it would be cool. Like Indy, I'm mainly doing because team events are fun, but you know I also haven't been there, so like spending extra time there wouldn't be the worst. But thinking about spending like an extra 2 days in Texas, just to enjoy that.
Dallas is still, or Texas is. Is it in Dallas? Wherever.
It's Dallas.
Okay. That's the one I'm like unsure. I know I'm going to Indianapolis. I kind of want to. I've never been to Texas either, so I kind of want to go. But also, Glacken with the turn 0 Leyland of the Void, which is probably really good against Harley. I know Harley plays Outland Liberator as a way to sack the graveyard hate pieces, but he has to find it before he gets beat to death by Vengevines and other things.
Venture deeper, target me.
But for those watching, are you going to any of the Star City events? If you are, let us know down in the comments below, and then maybe we'll be at those events, because that'd be pretty cool to meet some people. Though I imagine the Philly one, there will be a lot of people wearing AU merchandise, as a lot of people from the company are going, and a lot of our players are going to probably wear it.
Now I'm not going to do it just to revolt.
You're no longer special, Matson.
I'm going to wear a different store's merchandise.
Don't do that to me. Actually, if you wear Owl, it'd mess with Dan. That'd be funny.
I mean,
He has like a friendly rivalry with the Owl stuff.
I don't have any owl clothing.
Just print out an owl and put it on a t-shirt.
Nah. I mean, I do have other stores' merchandise, and I have no issue supporting those stores.
Yeah.
And I have no issue supporting Owl either. Don't own their stuff, so like, if I'm gonna wear Magic clothes, I should probably just wear something I already have.
That's fair.
Go ahead.
Clocking off to a little bit of a slow start here. Is a turn 2 Strawberry guys.
Yep, 15.
I don't like that art.
That art doesn't like you.
And I believe it. Welcome to commentary, where Madison and I just argue with each other the entire time.
Cast
Cast a Gravecaller from the yard.
Trigger Benjamin.
Cast his Merfolk Seeker Keeper from the Adventure Zone. Or whatever it's called. 6. I think so. I could be wrong because like Glaken's been around for a while, but I feel like I've only really seen him play a lot of like graveyard reliant decks. Like in Legacy, he plays. I've seen him play the Madness deck a lot.
He actually plays a lot of Painter.
Does he?
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't think like I've also seen him on Madness, but like I from the time I first met him until like last year, I've seen him on Painter.
Okay. Painter's a cool deck. I actually really like it. It's not something I've played in paper, but I've always had like an interest in picking it up to play it.
Thank you.
I'm trying to remember what he plays in Vintage.
Shots.
Okay, that's not a graveyard deck.
Shots is what he used to play. I don't know if he really plays much Vintage anymore, but that's what his jam was, from what I've been told. We got a Yawgmoth coming down. We have 2 Undying creatures, so he has the soft combo. But he doesn't really have enough life to do much with it. And Glaken's just got stuff on board. Is he not a 4/3?
Say again?
How much toughness does Vengevine have?
Trophy.
It's a 4/3.
Okay. An Assassin's Trophy, the Yawgmoth, I'm assuming. Is Trophy the one that can't be countered? Or is that Abrupt Decay?
Abrupt Decay can't be countered. Trophy can be countered, but can destroy anything.
Okay.
Right, like Abrupt Decay is only CMC 3 or less. So.
Gotcha.
Trophy don't care, but they do get a basic if they have one.
If they have one.
Gravecrawlers. You just easily have another zombie in your hand, and that's awful for me. Definitely starting there.
Harley's gonna tank for a little bit on some Yawgmoth lines. See what he can kill on the board. I mean, he can easy snipe down
Be okay with just only picking off Gravecrawlers.
2 of the Grave Crawlers and put a -1 on the Vengevine.
Like definitely have to start. Sacrifice one of
Right,
those.
kill that, kill Grave Crawler.
I think
Sack Young Wolf, kill a Grave Crawler, bring back the Young Wolf.
The Young Wolf doesn't come back. There's the ley line in play.
You're right, never mind.
First 9.
We're just in a rough spot. You can kill the Grave Crawler, but
Down this road, I keep going.
That's like not even super appealing though, right? Because Gravecrawler comes back so easily.
yeah.
Do I want this card more?
So it looks like the trophy is resolved, so I don't know what got targeted, but it was not Yawgmoth.
No, it was Yawgmoth. He was just
Trophy resolved.
doing stuff still.
Oh, okay.
I think Glaken just put the trophy in the yard immediately. Which I think you're not supposed to do, right? You're supposed to just leave it on the... Because it's still on the stack and resolving.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, but...
You can do something while I'm shuffling.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll go.
It's a Kraken for 3. Yeah, I don't know if there's any draws that gets Harley out of this at this point.
Go
The
ahead.
deck doesn't play Damnation. Like, I don't know his hand. I really don't think there's anything he can do to come back from this spot.
Doesn't mean he's not going to try.
Oh yeah, of course. Play till you lose. Birth of Paradise. There's an Ignoble Hierarch. The Stronger Geist.
Get rid of your board.
Yeah, I remember this because this one Glacken was like, "Didn't I just get rid of your board?" Correct, but they're back. If he has Chord, he can Chord for 1. That's cute. It's not great. It's cute. Glacken should have 3 more copies of Creeping Chill in the deck still. He can flashback Otherworldly Gaze to try and find them if he wants to.
Oh no, is this going to be the fail to find? No.
No, we have one left. We might have been looking for a Stomping Ground. Not Stomping Ground. Overgrown Tomb. The other green card.
It's actually colorless. Just so you know.
Yep. Lands are colorless.
Well, not all lands.
I'm going home.
Dried Arbor.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Mapson. I will say, it did confuse me when I first got into the game when Dan was explaining that lands are colorless to me. I was like, it's red. This is a mountain. What do you mean it's not a red card? Apparently, I've never learned. There's a prized amalgam and
And then a grave crawl in there.
cashing in a Nurturing Peatland. I do really like that cycle of lands. There is Outland Liberator, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's a little late to the party.
Yeah. Well, he's doing a good job of putting up enough blockers to stop Glacken from killing him, though. I don't know if it's going to do anything, but...
Flashback, Otherworldly Gaze on upkeep.
2 mana flashback. The last card in his hand is a Wonder. And there's a land, Narcomoeba. Did you see what the other card was that he kept on top?
I did not.
Yeah, it's another Gravecrawler.
Damage.
It's a struggle. I guess will come back now.
The guys in the final trade now.
The ley line gone.
Yeah, I mean, that's we're still not in a great spot.
No.
But at least it's something.
Hierarch
Yeah.
gets the regular die. God, I wish that were me.
Everything was blocked? Yeah, I guess so. Alright, go ahead.
Yeah, land is definitely not what he wants to see. What land is that?
Hive of the Eye
Your
Tyrant,
medicine does get
Oh,
delayed
yeah.
for something with
Okay.
attacks.
I think.
Yeah, you're right. I know he plays that.
Yeah, definitely not a card he wants right now.
Pass. Nighttime.
It is nighttime. We go to combat with the team.
4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I feel like Carly has been like dead for so many turns,
Yeah.
and yet his life total is just like not changing, and he has a board state every turn.
The game like has just been over, right? But like, I just keep drawing creatures to put on the board.
It's like, it's worth it for me to just trade here. I gotta leave myself with something.
Is this when he blocks the 2 grave callers, takes 1, and then dies to a creeping show?
I have to like stabilize with like a bunch of
Collecting at a
cards now.
hard cast a creeping show for lethal.
It's like block like this, go to 2. Leaves me, I guess, something to work with as opposed to basically nothing. Damage.
I am
Guys will
confused.
trade.
Is there a reason to block the Narcomoeba and not the Gravecrawler?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. His creature, I don't know. I feel like we missed something.
Yeah, I guess so. Just a 2.
I'm sorry. I didn't
Eh,
mean to
hard
say
cast creeping show for lethal.
slow roll.
that. I didn't mean to do it. I was like,
Alright, Glacken's gonna take it 2-1 with Crabvine over Yawgmoth. Thanks for watching, folks. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff. We're getting really close to 1,000 subscribers, and we're gonna do a giveaway once we hit 1,000. Also, check out the Dark Nest podcast that Mapson and co-host Billy Mitchell do.
I mean, I would.
It's good content.